Hello, I'm Marco, and I'm here with.
Melissa, Marco's twin sister.
Today is May 28th, and we are here recording in Chicago, Illinois. So,
Thank you so much for interviewing me, by the way.
oh, thanks. So, but here's the thing. I've had this huge question in my mind for basically my whole life. How does it feel to be like the other twin, especially because you're a girl?
I wouldn't say it's meant from your side of things, because I know since I grew up with you and you were into like more cars and sports and things, I know I grew up being more like rough around the edges and masculine, but also you growing up as my brother, I noticed that like you weren't afraid to play with dolls. We played princess games and things like that. So I guess we kind of gained stuff from each other. And I also do really appreciate now that like you're not afraid to talk about periods. And I would I would like to believe I taught you some gentlemanly like things. So I wouldn't say it's much different. I do say we do get treated a little differently, but that's just how things are.
Talking about treated differently, who do you think's the favorite?
I most definitely think you're the favorite. It doesn't bother me though. I just think it's like we live in a Latino household, and I know that like they hold women to different standards, which isn't right. But I do feel like it is a little bit different, because I'm not expected to go out late, and you can stay out as late as you want. I'm like held to clean and cook and make sure all the homework's done and make sure everyone's fed and things like that. But also, don't give me that look, Marco. I just think that also since I am the older of us two, I am held to a higher standard. Like, because no, stop laughing, Marco.
It's cool. Sorry.
I just think that, since I'm older, I go through things first. But it's okay, because, there's things that I get away with too.
I'm sorry, just because you're older does not mean that you do everything like that. Washing the dish, they wash the dishes.
Yes, I do, Marco. I definitely wash the dishes. What are you talking about?
You don't do no laundry.
Yes, I never said laundry.
I
do. Lie.
I keep the house clean. I do this. I'm expected to cook. Sorry. Anyway, so this is supposed to be
Professional.
Professional. So
this is your final. This is your final.
Yes, but so actually, since you're like the older one, but we're still twins and stuff, and our parents were holding us to like expectations on good education, especially because they're immigrants, Latino, and they want the best for us. So we went to the same grade school, of course. How does it feel to be splitting up? Like, we split up. We used to eat cheese sticks together at the same cafeteria, transferred from each class period, recess together. How does it feel to be different now?
You wouldn't believe me if I said this, but I truly do miss you at my school. Because we used to, not gossip in a way, but we knew like the same people. We knew the same rumors. We used to talk with each other. And if you knew certain teacher was mad, you can tell me before it was my class period and things like that. But I do believe that it helped us grow as individuals. Like, we grew apart because we were always known as the other's sibling, right? Like, freshman year, I always found myself introducing myself as Marco's sister. But they didn't know you, and then I realized I had to grow as an individual, and now I like have my own beliefs and things like that. So I do believe that us going to different high schools did benefit us in the long run, but it was a hard transition.
Well, I do go to a smaller school, of course, and I'm not trying to float my boat here, but not a lot of people talk to me or know me like that. But everyone just says hi to each other. You go to a big school, yeah. So how is it over there? Tons of hallways, 2 different buildings.
Let me tell you, my freshman year, you bet I was lost. I was so confused where I was going. But the number doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would. Like, I didn't apply to Lane Tech for the selective enrollment because I was scared of the number size. But then I found out Lincoln Park is like a population of 2,000, and I was really scared. But the hallways can get chaotic. Like, people have been pushed. I've been pushed. It's a thing. But you get used to it. Like, me thinking that you go to a school only 300 people blows my mind. There's more than 300 people in our sophomore class just to begin with. So, actually, in just the IB class, I'm pretty sure. Which is crazy, but I'm used to it.
So, talking about all that school stuff, I play school sports. I grew up with baseball. I really loved baseball. And you've actually morphed into a sport because you were an after-school club swimmer for competitions. I remember you forced me into that. That was not the move. Oh, oh my God, those swimming. They weren't shorts. I used to wear shorts, like the little what are those called?
Speedos?
Oh yeah, just speedos. Yeah, so sorry. Oh God, those were not the days. But I burned some calories low key. But so yeah, what you were a swimmer, right?
Yes, sir.
You want to brag about that a little bit?
I might as well, because this is the only time swimming gets you anywhere besides drowning. I'm a club swimmer, so that means I compete in competitions, which are very long, by the way, like 6 hours, which makes no kind of sense to me, because, like, why spend your whole weekend if you're going to swim for, like, 5 minutes? But it's something that I put a lot of work and time into. 2.5 hours every day after school for practice. I get home super late, eat, stay up till the middle of the night. But it's like a love-hate relationship. I truly do not see myself not being a swimmer. And it's crazy to think that, like, Marco could have been a swimmer too, because we did club together. I know my grandma, when we were little, she always wanted to put us in the same thing, so I ended up playing baseball for the longest time. One-hit career, very sad, but very true. And I got out. We're not going to talk about it. And, sorry. Just swimming in general, love it. Couldn't see my life without it. All my friends are swimmers. Also, I play water polo, which is a different sport in its own, but still swimming. I have advantages because I'm very fast. I'm like in the starting lineup, not to brag. Lincoln Park Lions, woohoo! But I do think that has shaped me as a person, which is crazy to say, but like this is what any coach would love to hear, because I was very timid freshman year swimming, because it's first the swimming season, then you have an off season, then water polo season, and by the time water polo season came around, that's a very aggressive. It makes you tough. It's a very aggressive sport. And I had to learn how to guard girls, not be afraid to guard them hard defense, touching them, and then I got my first black eye. I got my first black eye. That was insane. It was at practice. I can't believe it. It was by one of my best friends. But then I think it really shaped me to I'm not no nonsense. I have to stand up for myself. If a girl is pulling on my suit, I have to jab back. That's just a thing I learned how to do, and I think it really shaped me as an individual, as a person now that I'm older, to not put up with people's slack.
Yep. Yeah, me and we used to go crazy. We still go crazy. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
So, because outside of school, I played, of course, baseball, since they didn't offer it at our school, at our grade school, and I also played soccer and softball. And inside of school, I played soccer and softball. And now that I'm in high school, they offer baseball, and I play high school baseball. And you morphed into water polo, like you said. And what other hobbies and activities do you do besides sports? Because I have a hobby of collecting jerseys, shoes, and hats. So, what hobbies do you have?
Well, I'm not very good at it, but I do like drawing. But this might sound a little dorky, but I spend most of my time at our youth group and at our church. I'm a catechist. I would like to say teacher, but I'm a helper, but I can't be a teacher because it's not legally allowed yet. I'm not 18. But I do spend time making lesson plans. I made report cards not too long ago. That's something I really like to do. I also like drawing, though. And I do very much, I'm an avid movie watcher. I like to watch movies and give them my critiques before I look at online ratings, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I probably understand why they gave this rating and this critique. And that's something I also like to do on my free time, along with documentaries, but I don't rate them. I just kind of watch them for my own information.
Thanos.
Yeah, I'm very kept up on Marvel comics and the movies, because that's something I like to pay attention to. But yeah, those are mostly my hobbies. I don't collect shoes like Marco, or jerseys, or have my room really nice. We're kind of polar opposites in that sense.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah, she does do lots of things like the movies, and she's good at technology with those things. And yeah, she's also since we're polar opposites, she can help me with stuff that like this actually. She helps me in things that I need, and I help her, vice versa. And that's really something special and good sibling bond, since we're twins. Do you agree?
I would most definitely agree, because I might be good at technology in some senses, but not, I wouldn't say common sense, but like sports knowledge, he definitely helps me on. Like every once in a while, if we have a school project, I'll ask him like, how can you help me with this? And he'll help me and things like that.
We do all sorts of stuff together, dude. Like, that's facts. Like, we watch Netflix together, YouTubes. We do all of that stuff. I go to yours. It's like crazy.
Most definitely. We were watching an FBI documentary right before filming this, or recording this. Yeah, recording, right? Yeah. So I wouldn't want to spend my time with anyone else ever. That makes me sound a little lonely, but you know, I love you. It is what it is.
Thanks. How do you think our culture has impacted us, like being Hispanic, like growing up in this household, but as twins, you know?
More on the culture aspect I want to touch on, because yes, we're Latinos, but also we're Afro Latinos, which definitely changed the way we were raised in a bit, because I know for a fact I was really insecure about it, because, you know, at school we didn't really fit with the kids who were necessarily African American, but we also didn't fit in with the Latinos, and I know as little children that was very confusing. And you know, I'm so glad that I had you with me, because you know, we didn't go through that journey alone, because we had each other. And I think that's also something that made us very stronger in our like twin bond, because we had each other to go through very confusing, difficult times. Like, I know me and you have both encountered not very nice things at our old grade school. Like, we were both heavily bullied, and you know, in bullying, one of the most key aspects of bullying is like the person who's being bullied feels alone. Know for a fact, me and you, we had each other, and we knew we had each other, and I think that just took the pain of it a little off of us, you know. And I think I'm just so grateful I had you growing up, because I couldn't see myself as an only child, which is crazy. It's crazy that like I could have been an only child, because you were like stillborn and you were dead for like 20 minutes, and I know that they had to like give CPR for 15 minutes and they were supposed to stop, but they continued, and I'm ever so grateful to that doctor.
Yeah, so off that note, you know, you're always on that depressing stuff, bro. Like, come on.
I'm sorry.
Like, come on, bro. I already heard that for 15 years, man. It just had to be on StoryCorps, really? Sorry. No, it's all good. So, off to something I like. Favorite sport?
Baseball.
Wait, thank God, because I was about to be like, besides water polo, you know, I see water polo as like a cricket league, you know what I mean?
How dare you?
Like, cause you know, they don't really play like that, you know? It's a major sport like baseball, NBA, NFL, soccer.
You can get major college scholarships off of water polo, so when you want a college scholarship and it's not coming, just know I did water polo.
Oh, yeah, he might not. I'm not really the best ball player. Wait, what did you say?
Burn.
Oh, you do not just burn me. We can have a bake battle right now. Maybe off this thing right now. I swear to God. Ooh. You know what? You're my twin sister. I love you. So, baseball. A lot of people don't get the aspects of baseball. It's just a long, boring game, you know. But every play for someone who knows is good. But there's not that much action and it's slow. So, people are like turning to different leagues. And it's been a huge topic on how they could change the game, blah, blah. But I'm proud of you for knowing the game and actually watching games with me and liking games. And, you know, she's actually up to par with some of the MLB players. I watch some of her water polo games sometimes. But, can you tell me some, you know, let's have some MLB trivia.
Okay, I'm kind of scared, but it's all in good fun.
Okay, her favorite team, the Cubs. You know, I'll just give her some easy ones. 3 players.
Addison Russell, Rizzo, and Bryant. Chris. Wow. Whoops, I almost forgot his first name. I was like, but no, I did it.
Close one. Who's the catcher?
Willson Contreras.
Ooh!
Oh my God, look at me!
Psych!
You're kidding.
Contreras. Oh my God.
I'm sorry, I read it and I see it. You know what? I only pay attention to catcher because Marco's a catcher, and you know, I gotta know who's repping. One day Marco will be a catcher for the Cubs.
Hey, you know, Yadier Molina, Cardinals, Gary Sanchez, Yankees, dude, those are my heroes. You already know, though. And I hate getting on my knees squatting like that, man. It hurts so bad. Like, yeah, they get paid for that, though. Oh.
True. You know, you can't bust your knees. You can't bust your knees before your career even begins.
That's facts. Yeah, so what like sports do you like hate? Not hate, but like,
I don't mind playing football, like, park with some friends, but American football on TV is so boring to me. I don't understand. I do understand it, like the downs and stuff, but like it's so long. It could be so much faster if they didn't pause it all the time. Like I know in baseball they do pause it for like commercial breaks and stuff, but it like is consistent. You know what's happening when it's happening. It's flows. Football starts and stops and starts and stops, and it's so boring to me. Also, well, everyone says golf is boring, but like, can we be honest? Golf.
Tiger Woods.
And do you know anyone else?
Dang, that's facts. This is, she's just like me. She also looks just like me too. So that's why I like, dude, I love her. We're fraternal twins. We're not identical. So people, they bang on me about that all the time, talking about like, oh my God, she's such a dude. He looks like a dude. She looks like a dude.
Okay, they can go somewhere else, but we do surprisingly look very similar for fraternal twins. I mean, he's a guy, I'm a girl, but like I did this thing on my camera. Well, actually me and Marco did it where we like switch the faces, like switch the pictures really fast, and the faces morph into one similar face. Like it doesn't even look like the faces are changing. That's how similar we look.
Yeah, like nothing happened, like for real. And it's crazy because like they said if she cut her hair, like that she'd look just like me. That's crazy.
Since I swim so often, like the chlorine damages my hair. The only thing holding me back from not cutting my hair is that I would look exactly like Marco, which is like not bad, but like I don't want to look like a dude. You feel me?
Yeah, she don't want to look like a dude. Man, sometimes I like share the swag, but nah, she's like one of the like sauciest girls out there.
Aww. Thank you. I was gonna say that's something that Marco does help me with that I didn't bring up earlier. I have no fashion sense whatsoever. Marco, he knows name brands and things like that, which very much helps me out when I'm like dressed a certain way. Marco's like, don't wear that. You look like weird. And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, so me and my sister have a great relationship. Sometimes a love-hate relationship. There's a lot of memories and situations at places where I can't talk about, when we're fighting, not on this StoryCorps.
A lot of behind the scenes.
Yeah, so, but mostly a love relationship. We got each other's backs. That love... Excuse you.
Sorry, I'm sick, by the way.
Nah, you're all good. Like a love-hate relationship. And there's a lot of stories that make us laugh, cry. No, not cry. We're not like, dude, nah, we're not like that. Fake, nah. But mad, laugh, cry, lots of emotions, cheer. Our family, we connect with our family, but like sometimes,
It's just us. We have a different connection.
Yeah, it's like us versus the world. Like our family, and then it's just me and her. It's like a huge connection. It's just a bond, a huge twin bond, There's
no way to explain it. It's just we know, because, we got that special bond. I don't want to say telepathy, but let me tell you, sometimes I really do think we have twin telepathy. Like, can I tell the story?
Yeah.
Okay, there was one time my brother was in Michigan while I wasn't. He was like maybe 11, right? And he's hanging out with this, like, a friend of ours, like this girl, right? And she said mean things to him. And I was at home. It was around noon, and I was just eating a sandwich. I started to cry out of nowhere. Like, I don't know why. And then we just got phones. It was like, we got phones kind of early, but, like, that was because there was another situation that we're not going to talk about. So my mom felt like she needed to get us phones. So I called him because I couldn't explain why I was crying. And on the phone, he was crying too. Because the girl just said really mean things to him, and he was crying for, like, 20 minutes. And that's when I decided to call him. And I truly believe that we, like, I felt his pain, which is so weird, but like emotionally there was no reason for me to cry. I was eating my favorite sandwich, a BLT. Like, there was no reason for me to cry. So I just think that, I knew he needed me.
And we have a special relationship, and that's why I think this would be the best interview. Yeah, we could have gone on forever and forever, and we really tried not to geek up and act foolish and like laugh and stuff. So yeah, we were looking at each other the whole time, like trying to hold in our laughs, but we tried to keep it professional for StoryCorps. And this will conclude our recording, and thank you for letting me interview you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, see you.